familiar. So if you don't know by now, then you should probably get familiar.
Hey YouTube, my name's Paul. I'm a GOAT format player from Cincinnati, and today I wanted to show you guys an original deck profile that I came up with. This is my little twist on GOAT control. It's actually water control. I actually don't play Scapegoat, so we'll just call it water control. Real quick, I want to give a huge shout out to Jinzo&Tonic for letting me do this profile on his channel. I've been working on this deck for a really long time. I've been doing a lot of playtesting and I've been having a lot of fun with it, so yeah, let's just get right on into it. So first off, we have one Blackluster Soldier. It's your boss monster. You play enough lights and darks to justify it. Two Air Knight Parshafts. It's pretty easy to get this guy out. I usually side one of them out games 2 and 3 to make room for better cards, but I just really like this card game 1. It's pretty easy to get out with all of the Aqua Spirit, Mother Grizzly. You just usually have a monster on board to be able to sack for this. Breaker, just good card. 2 Abyss Soldier. Alongside the Abyss Soldier, we're playing 2 Aqua Spirit as well as 3 Mother Grizzly. So this is your little water package. The Abyss Soldier is really good by itself alongside Sinister Serpent, being able to deal with any immediate threats on the board, as well as make itself into somewhat of a pseudo spirit monster, as well as abuse cards like Premature Burial. Aqua Spirit is really good in a lot of scenarios because it either creates a tribute that wouldn't have been there originally, or it allows you to put pressure on the board without having to commit to your normal summon. So if you can drop the Aqua Spirit and put some pressure on the board, maybe set a monster afterwards, that's usually pretty good in a lot of instances. And then the Mother Grizzlies, the only targets for the Grizzlies are actually each other and Sinister Serpent, but those are really the only targets you need. Mother Grizzlies kind of beefy with 1400 attack points. It's fodder for the Abyss Soldier, it's fodder for the Aqua Spirit, and it tutors out the Serpent. So it's just got a lot of uses. All of these cards have a lot of really unique abilities, and they create a lot of very niche interactions that I enjoy very much, and they kind of let you control the board in weird ways. One Tsukiyomi, this used to be a 3rd Book of Moon, but I started finding that I needed to be able to answer cards like Thousand Eyes Restrict, game 1. 2 Magician of Faith. I wish this could be 3, but I really just don't have space with the amount of flip effect monsters that I'm playing in this deck. We also have 2 Magical Merchants. This card's really gas in this deck actually, because there's not a lot of like bad monsters you can mill. The BLS is really the worst monster you can mill off of the Merchant, but the ability to abuse the Premature Burial with the Abyss Soldier is already really good in itself, and milling the Mother Grizzlies is just feeding your Aqua Spirits that you'll draw into in your hand. So there's not a ton of like bad monsters that you can mill off of Magical Merchant unless you hit like your Blackluster Soldier. And then for the rest of the flip effects, we're just playing Decoichi, Cyberjar, and Morphing Jar. Decoichi is a 1-of, is really good. Same logic as Mother Grizzly with the 1400. I play this over Dark Mimic because I don't value the Thousand Eyes Restrict a ton in this deck. I only play the 1-of Metamorphosis, and I don't play any Scapegoats, so there's not any sense in playing Mimic over this. Cyberjar is really, really good when this card goes off. This card causes blowouts by itself. Just the ability to wipe a board if your opponent has more monsters than you and they run into a Cyberjar. You're almost always going to have the advantage board after that because you play so many level 4 or lower monsters that you can special summon off the Cyberjar, that you're almost always going to be in a better position because of the Cyberjar. And then the Morphing Jars, as long as you're playing correctly, then you should be able to abuse it. Next up we have Sangan, Serpent, and Tribe Infecting Virus. This card's actually really bad against me because my best monsters, Aqua Spirit and Abyss Soldier, are both Aquas. So This a lot of times has to blow itself up if it wants to deal with my boards, which is actually really, really good. Kind of just makes that card inherently worse. Next up for spells, we have Pot of Greed, Graceful Charity, and Delinquent Duo, the Trinity. Every deck should play these. Almost every deck should play this. And if they're not maining it, they should be siding it. 2 books. Just amazing. Best Neg 1. 2 knocks. Card's really, really good. I would not consider playing any less than that. Metamorphosis as a one of, and then Creature Swap. This card's really good. I'm starting to like this card more and more. And then I used to be playing 2 Metamorphosis, but I found myself siding out the second Metamorphosis almost every single game, and I really wanted to make room for the Creature Swap, so I went ahead and just dropped the second meta and put in the Creature Swap. Next up, we have Snatch Steal, Premature Burial, MST, and Heavy, all just staples, but this card is really, really good. If you can hold this card for as long as you can, try to, because the Abyss Soldier with this card is really, really busted. Being able to just, if you have 2 Abyss Soldiers in Premature Burial, it's really easy to swarm the field at a crazy capacity relative to GOAT format standards. And then for traps, just all pretty generic: Dust Tornado, Torrential Tribute, Call the Haunted, Ring of Destruction, and Mirror Force. And then for the side deck, we play 1 Mobius. Cards extra good in this deck, being able to pop 2. You've got the Aqua Spirit to be able to get it out easier. You have the Abyss Soldier, which abuses the fact that it's a water, and then same thing with the Tribe Infecting Virus. Mobius is an Aqua. It's just all sorts of shenanigans. 2 Kaikus. This card's actually really good, not just in the Chaos matchups, but also in Warrior heavy decks, Anti-Meta Warrior, big beater decks. This deck kind of has a hard time dealing with too much aggression, so I side this card in a lot against Anti-Meta Warrior, Trap Heavy Warrior decks. Second Tsukiyomi for slower decks, Go Control. If I feel like I can abuse my flip effect monsters, or if I feel like I need to deal with multiple Thousand Eyes, then I'll put in the second Tsukiyomi. Mystic Swordsman level 2. This card is just absolutely too good. And then the third book in the side deck. For traps, we have 3 Threatening Roars. I feel like every deck should be playing this card in the side deck as a 3 of, because this is like your auto shutdown to OTK decks and big wombo combos. This card basically says you can't attack for the rest of this turn, and when they Giant Trunade this card, then they're either gonna set up a board and pass, or just pass altogether. So either way, you're getting an extra turn with this card against OTK decks, and I feel like it's really important to play in every side deck. The reason I think this card is better than Waboku is because it allows you to time when your flip effect monsters go off. If you activate Waboku, then your opponent can still attack into your face down monster. Say you've got a Faith face down and they've got Duo in your hand, and you really need that spell card to go off. Threatening Roar will protect your monster from that scenario, in which Waboku would not. I really can't think of any other scenarios where Waboku would be better than Threatening Roar. We have 2 Dust Shoots. This used to be 3, but I was seeing it too many times, and I think that 2 is plenty for the side deck. 2 Sakuretsu Armors. Again, one of my worst matchups is Warriors, Anti-Meta Warriors, Trap Heavy Warriors. So this card is my answer to really aggressive dudes like Mystic Swordsman level 2. This is one of my very few outs to Mystic Swordsman level 2, so I need to be able to defend my little guys, my flip effects. And then last but not least, we're playing 2 Royal Decrees for burn and other trap heavy decks. So yeah, that's my deck profile. Again, huge shout out to Jinzo&Tonic for letting me do this profile on his channel. I've been having a lot of fun playtesting this deck. If you guys want to give it a shot and let me know how you do with it. If you have any suggestions, feel free to let me know, comment. But yeah, that's my water control deck profile for GOAT format, and I'm out. Peace.